Hey guys, this is the behind the scenes of ThinkShack. This is
their extremes. And apparently now exploring drugs to their extremes too.
But not that extreme because we've actually been very sober. This is
we're having so much fun right now. We're on LSD.
That's a scientific name. We don't know what it is, but it's acid basically.
Yeah, it's supposed to be acid. That's the street name for it.
So this is after the episode about the NASA experiments on the dolphins where they took acid.
Where they put dolphins on LSD, and we're like, why don't we try it and see if we can sort of like understand what these dolphins were going through.
Just to get the full experience.
I feel like we're not any nearer to understand what the dolphins went through, but I'm certainly a lot closer to understanding what I've been going through my whole life. Like I've had such self-therapy on LSD.
It's really amazing. It's a therapeutic drug. It's a unique high. It's interesting. Like you can have weed in so many forms. You can have like tobacco and all that stuff, and nicotine and all that stuff. But this one makes you feel very different. Makes you feel awake. It makes you feel more alert.
Did you tell them about how disgusted we are by like the sight of alcohol and drunkards while on this stuff? Like it makes you so much more acutely aware of like the debilitating effects of baser drugs.
Before we get carried away, let me just give you the experience of what the drugs are like. Colors are so much more vivid. You see a trailing effect. Like right now we're in a car, so you see everything is like moving and leaving a shadow behind. It's like you're in a spirit realm. So it's like being in a spaceship. It's really interesting.
It is. It's so cool. Quick disclaimer, and this is something I've noticed. Please, you may be able to drive on weed. You may even be able to drive on alcohol. Do not ever drive on LSD. The distorted effects could potentially be fatal.
Like we were playing pool, and then Ramsey was like, the ball is moving. The ball is still, but it was moving.
I just saw a car with a flat tire. Did you see the car we just passed on a flat tire?
So this is actually a hallucinogenic drug, so you kind of hallucinate. I think the hallucinations we had were the sounds, more of the sound.
Yeah,
it's nothing crazy.
Cheryl for a quick minute.
I think we're done with the recording. This is just behind the scenes.
We'll keep recording this, but I don't think we're sleeping anytime.
Yeah, we're probably gonna watch some stand-up by Dave Chappelle, something.
Yeah. Do you know I have a workout in the morning?
Yeah, well.
I kind of like, I'm tempted to try it out while on LSD.
Nah, man, I think it might fuck you up.
Okay. Alright, we'll see then.
Hey, this is ThinkShack behind the scenes. Stay tuned for more.
Stay tuned for more, guys.
Cheers. Bye-bye. We're high as fuck, but enjoy.
Right.
For me, it was rather uncomfortable to begin with. I was like, there's something in my system that I don't like. It felt a bit discomforting. Like I was like, nah, I feel like gritting my teeth. You know, it wasn't nice. But after like those 20 minutes, I was like, the music sounds a lot better.
Right.
Yeah.
For me, the most obvious effects was like I felt like a weird rise in body temperature and heart rate, and I remember feeling like my body needed sugar so much. I remember I drank so many Fanta Orange.
This guy had like 8 sodas. It's crazy.
I had like 8 sodas exactly, but like once the body effect, like I got used to it, then I started seeing the vivid colors and everything else, and the mental effect started to kick in.
And when you go to clubs, actually, you start noticing the color red more. The red pops so much.
Red and orange. If someone is wearing a dark green t-shirt in a club, you wouldn't even see them. Unless they're wearing like a gold chain or something.
It would make it really easy if you're a crip trying to identify the bloods in the place. You know what I mean?
Exactly. Like neon coloring stands out so much more.
But the red especially.
We're also more sensitive to sounds as well. Because like we could hear like glasses shatter from across the room.
But here's the unpleasant bit. Like when you go to the washroom, you see all the germs in UV, in HD.
I could see the urine stains so vividly. You know, like when you see like dried urine, or like have you ever like tried to pour like soda or something sugary on a surface,
like CSI stuff,
and then after a while you can see the tracks from the dry. I could see it so vividly. The toilets look so much more like so much dirtier.
Well, my experience was like the splash guards on the urinals or whatever. It felt like they were floating. It was so interesting. It felt like being in a different dimension. Even right now, as we're driving or we're in the Uber, don't drink and drive. Don't do drugs and drive.
Like the weird kind of self-therapy that comes with being on LSD, because I literally discovered that I felt so disgusted by my beer cut. I was like, I need to work out.
But then it also made you more sensitive of other people's imperfections as well.
Other people's imperfections. But like we had this conversation where like it amplifies whatever you're feeling. So we're like, when you notice that you're disgusted by other people's imperfections, it's a direct reflection of how you feel about yourself. You know?
It was actually really therapeutic. It's very interesting, and it also makes you think about the people in your life and how you're, like how you are towards them, how much they mean to you. If they're close to you, it makes you, I guess you could say, more empathetic, more emotional, more expressive as well, in a good way. It's kind of like a love drug in a way.
Yeah, exactly. So for me, like, I think I walked out of there with so many weird epiphanies and resolutions. Like, you know, I was telling Jean about this, like, I need to work out more. I started thinking about like how I need to like do better by myself every day and take care of my to-do list. And it was such a weird religious experience.
So we're actually really responsible drug users. Before we took this stuff, we looked at the side effects, the potential side effects, and everything checks out. Really, everything checks out. Like the spiritual,
like the temperature rises, the weird temperature rises in your body. We knew to expect that. And also, like, one of the things that you have to do if you're ever going to take a new drug is
have
someone there, right? Like, not necessarily just someone you're riding out the high with, but other sober people around you, so in case you do anything crazy. Because we've heard of like, some serious negative side effects from LSD.
Like someone thinking they have bees in their head, and because we were hearing sounds that weren't there. Okay, maybe they were amplified, like
they were louder.
Sounds of things being dropped.
Maybe the experience of having bees in your head had nothing to do with like the pain or whatever. It was just the loud buzzing noise they probably heard in their head.
Hypersensitive.
Yeah, because you're so hypersensitive to sounds. And that's the thing we also notice about hallucinations while on LSD, or at least LSD hallucinations. You don't see anything that's not there. You just see whatever's already there, but in a very
magnified as well. It's almost like
and if you're suggestible, you could literally make out anything you want off of that hallucination.
Like when we were playing pool, I was seeing shapes. I was seeing almost like a witch's symbol. It's weird. Like,
right.
I guess you could say those are the hallucinations. It's not anything crazy.
It was totally random because on the pool table, like, you know, the green splotches are made by like the wearing out of the table.
And you could see funny like sparkling. Okay, one of the waitresses who served us, her nail polish, Ramsey was kind of like, let's look at it.
So sparkly and beautiful and pink and
these are things you would never notice as a grown-ass man. You're never gonna notice
girls' nail polish when I'm sober.
Yeah.
But looking at this, it was just so beautiful.
We actually had to pull her back and be like, hey, come look at this.
You have such beautiful nail polish. Another thing that I noticed personally for me, and I don't know if it's the same for Jean, but for me, like, I'm so much more like weirdly protective and romantic with like the women.
It made me want to call my girlfriend. It made me want to call my girlfriend and tell her I love her.
I literally walked her to the toilet and waited for her outside. Like, you do this, please finish up. You know, I've never done this before. When we're in a club and she's going to the toilet, she's like, I'm going. I'm like, okay, I'll wait for you here. But I took her to the toilet this time.
So I guess if you want to spice up your relationship, try some LSD. It might make a difference.
But try it responsibly, guys.
Take very little. Honestly, this thing is so tiny. Like it's so like little. A tiny piece of paper.
Micrograms of that stuff.
Micrograms.
Like
it's literally two people. It's been about 8 hours.
It's not even like a thing you're consuming. You're literally taking paper bloated.
It's been like 8 hours and we're still feeling the effect.
Yeah, exactly.
I think if we would have taken it sublingual, it would have probably been heavier.
If we had taken what?
Sublingual, like put it under the tongue.
I'm inclined to think that also the effects would have worn out faster.
Oh yeah, probably. Like the faster you get there, the sooner you leave.
Yeah, whenever you ingest a drug,
good reasoning.
It takes longer to hit, it takes longer to leave.
Anyways, I'm gonna stop this recording so we can enjoy the trip before we get there, because this is quite a sensory experience.
Right. Yeah.
Thank you for coming along.
See you guys.
Cheers. My brother, I fucking high. It's a good experience so far. Yeah, man, I'm feeling like I'm floating. I feel like I'm in a music video. I feel like I'm in a music video, bro. The lights, we're outside. The lights is my friend Amy, the one from the other day. ZZ. Oh shit.
Are you sending voice notes?
No, Nemi is asking me how it's going. I'm trying to record a voice note. I'm saying I'm feeling phantom vibrations in my pocket. It's weird. It's like I feel the vibration, but there's no notification. It's a good kind of high. Like if you let it take control, you start feeling like, wow, this is too much. I need to stop. But then if you remind yourself you're high, you can kind of enjoy it, because everything is like, wow, everything is like a 3D effect. Everything is blurry. So we're right behind 18 because Cheryl wanted some weed and we're looking for a plug or something. But I just wanted to give you a perspective. It's quite interesting, the high of it. It's kind of therapeutic because Ramsey is kind of like making resolutions and everything. It's kind of like he hates alcohol because it makes you really hyper aware of the effects that alcohol has on people, and quite interesting. It's like a really good high. But again, we said we're gonna be mindful. We're not gonna do it in a long time just to avoid the addictiveness of it. Anyways, so they're finally here. And we're gonna leave the place behind 18. And we're gonna go find some weed. Talk to you when we get there. Love you. Hey, my queen, we are at the apartments. Yep. Oh yeah. I need to help Ramsey get Cheryl out of the car, but we have finally made it here safely. So it's a bit annoying. The mud is a bit disgusting. But anyways, we're here safely. Just wanted to let you know.
I think it's gonna get any worse than this because it's been like what, 8 hours?
No man, it's been 8 hours. Like it doesn't get any worse than this. Like this has been a really successful.
Probably stop going down from
this has been a really successful trip. I hope it's not the ones that like stop all of a sudden, because that would probably have like the rest of the effects.
Would happen.
So we're back in the crib, back in the house, back in the lair where we usually record our episodes. But we are on LSD. This is
totally different world.
See the colors and everything is so vivid. It's amazing.
My
Netflix.
girlfriend is way more vivid than you. Like, my girlfriend was so light skinned.
Makes you want to propose to this one.
It's so weird.
But anyways, just want to report a successful
like I knew she was
trip.
light skinned, but like, why are you so pale? It's so weird. It's like you're so much lighter than me. But anyway, go on.
Yeah, just wanted to record a successful trip and put an end to. I guess you said we've had a good trip. We can see what the dolphins were feeling.
So far, so good. I think this is like a weird kind of drug tourism we're doing for our audience.
Yeah, we want to be the human guinea pig, so you don't have to do it.
Yeah.
Hopefully, we won't experience any bad trips. So far, the ones we've had have been good. We've been trying edibles.
The only thing we should potentially worry about right now is not the addiction. Actually, I was gonna say that LSD is not supposed to be addictive. What I was gonna say
Nothing ever
we
is.
should worry about is the hangover. When LSD
The
what happens when he just like the hangover? What happens when he just like goes away? Do you feel
like,
depressed?
fuck.
Like
Exactly.
Yeah.
So we're still waiting on that effect. We'll document it as we go. But so far, it's been wonderful.
But the high itself is
beautiful.
brilliant.
It's been a beautiful, and it's so long as well. Like you get bang for your buck for sure. It's a bit on the high end of expensive drugs. Like you know where to get it. You probably. I would recommend don't drink that. This is opening little gin. But whatever. I don't know. It's still okay.
I'm not gonna get it.
But just regulate yourself.
Yeah.
And have someone to
Something
regulate
I
you
noticed
as
that
well.
I'm not able to do at other times. Like, I just keep going.
Yeah, exactly.
So I have to be aware of that right now.
Alright, so the sound is about to get distorted because we're watching something on Netflix. So good night, guys. Stay safe, stay responsible, and join us on the next episode of ThinkShack. This is a beautiful waveform. Look at it. Look at the way it.
Loving it.
Anyways, that is us on LSD. Look at the transcription. It's super interesting. Like it's as much as I talk fast, it's gonna transcribe. Really.
I love how far AI is.
Yeah, it's really amazing. Anyways, enough of that. Have a good night, guys. Cheers. Okay, guys, we thought it was over, but there's more tripping to do. We're listening to the most garbage music in the world. What the fuck is this?
Zero, nothing.
It's like clowns decided to go to. It's like
having a fucking orgy, man.
Google is listening to us. It's like, what the fuck is this music though? It's so weird.
This on me.
It has these weird visualizer effects. So LSD will take you to weird places, but Google is listening.
Visualizer effect will probably look normal to someone who's not on LSD, but to us it looks so pronounced.
Shit. Oh my goodness.
Someone who's not on LSD is never gonna see this.
So we thought it was over, but there's still more to be recorded. It's
Right.
incredible. Like the recommendations you get are just crazy. Brought us, like, honestly, like this is. It knows you're tripping on acid. It's so retarded though. Like, what the fuck is this? It sounds like
Zero, nothing.
that's exactly what this is. Like, it's reducing the entire. What the lights though? What the hell?
The way they meld into each other.
They know you're on drugs.
They
Wow.
make this shit for people on drugs, actually.
Oh my
Even
goodness.
the visualizations, I think, were made for people on drugs.
Oh my goodness. It's weird. It's almost overwhelming. So again, we thought it was over, but it continues.
It is now almost 8 a.m. It's actually 7:57.
About 12 hours since we took the
Right. And,
substance.
well, we both agree that it is on the descent, though it's still very vivid.
I think it's actually pronounced on the descent.
On the descent.
The descent is decency.
Right, exactly. But everything is still very vivid. But at the same time, it's like it's going out of the mind and more into the body.
More into the body, it's weird. It's almost like it's physically moving up
and then
down your body.
physically moving down.
But we're saying it's funny how it gives you this
feel it in our
elitist,
feet eventually.
gives you this elitist sense. Like when you see people smoking, people taking alcohol, you're like, that's so
It gives
low.
me a distinct sense of disgust at watching like people on alcohol drunk.
Like there's this lady we saw at the club. She was literally throwing up, and then a friend called, and then she throws her hands up to her head like she's
just
celebrating.
throws her hands like she just wants to continue partying.
Like
and,
in the blink of an eye.
and I don't know why, but I could like tell there were looks of anguish on her face despite everything she was trying. Like she really wants to be out of here. She is suffering right now. It's almost like she's in a toxic relationship. We were having this discussion.
Yeah,
like,
you can almost tell the whole story of her life.
Relationship with it. No, it's like the toxic relationship with alcohol.
Yeah.
Is that
because it sneaks up on you and like just bangs you in the back of the head.
It's also a violent experience where like
you're not in control.
You're absolutely not in control.
Anything can happen to you on any given day. You want to
stop and just
depending on what you drink, how much you drink.
I remember distinctly my experience of trying to sleep while too drunk, and like this lightheadedness that you usually feel, and it feels like a nightmare because like you really want to sleep, but your body's like, no, I want to throw up and I'm dizzy, and you just wish it would all stop. And I'm like, now looking back at it from an LSD trip, you're like, nope, why would anyone put themselves through that?
Peasant. It's like it's so
and this is the elitist aspect.
Exactly. You look at everything else, you're like, wow, you should try this instead. But we're noticing that we actually having some memory gaps in our mind. We're really like, probably should have documented a bit.
We can remember things, a lot of profound stuff.
But just to note, we haven't slept. We haven't slept yet. So I'm trying to imagine. I'm wondering what it would be like when we actually sleep and wake up. I don't know if we'll sleep longer than we should. Because we've been up for, I think maybe 24 hours. Because not probably 24 hours.
It has been like we haven't slept all night, and we still have so much energy.
So much energy. We're supposed to watch a stand-up. I don't know, depending on what my girlfriend tells me.
Yeah. So
but anyway, it makes you also feel very loved up and very appreciative of the relationship.
Oh yeah, like so romantic, you know, like I mean, not to shit on myself. I think I'm a pretty romantic guy, but I felt like so much more romantic with my girlfriend, you know, like, and we said this on the previous recording, like, I ordered to the toilet and I waited for her, and I was, you know, like, I made sure she was so well protected. I just feel this weird sense of parental protection.
Exactly.
It's not even sexual. Like, you just love this person and you want to make sure they're safe.
These are the LSD chronicles of ThinkShack.
LSD definitely makes you more responsible for other drugs.
I've never been more responsible on drugs than I have been tonight. Like, I'm not usually the type of guy that will tell you, like, bro, let's slow down.
Right.
But this time I was like, let's not drink too much.
Right.
Let's take care of the girls we're with.
Okay.
It's very different. I appreciate it. I would rate it.
So far, so good.
How would you rate it out of 10? I would say definitely 15. 9 out of 10. Honestly, it was really good.
Yeah, like.
Okay, just because you can't give it a perfect sober.
That smell is offensive. It's so strong.
Actually, I'll give it a 10 out of 10. Fuck it. I'll give it a 10 out of 10.
Yeah, it's beautiful.
Yeah. Acid, as much as it's a dirty sounding name, it's like something a plumber would take. Acid. But it actually gives you.
LSD sounds more.
LSD sounds more refined. It's like a compound.
Like I was telling Jean, this drug is worth the price tag because it even makes you feel more expensive.
You even the way you talk, you're like, we're having fine weather today, my good sir. Ramsey, do you see the clouds in the sky?
Oh my god, the sun is absolutely stunning.
People will be like, you should take more LSD more often because you sound great. You know, this is the morning voice when you haven't slept, because the morning voice usually comes from sleeping.
The best.
Usually comes from sleeping though. But this one we haven't slept in like 24 hours, man.
But then, you know, like, it's probably a carryover. The morning voice from yesterday.
Exactly. No, we're coming back to these sides. Look at what is Tom doing.
We're condescending of people's art, because like right now we're looking at what would normally just be regular art.
What is Tom's hand doing behind his back? Is that his arm? Looks like he's fingering himself.
It looks like a butt that's supposed to be his arm.
What is on Jerry's chest? Looks like a foot.
Oh my god. These look like oversized balls on Jerry.
Oh my god. He's like running around. He's like a sexual miscreant.
We would not notice that. You should take a picture.
I already took a picture.
Oh yeah.
It's on a kid's gate. It's really interesting because it looks like Jerry's running around with his dick out.
Yeah. So one of the things we just noticed while on LSD is that we're also like more acutely aware of some of the illogicalities,
the flaws in marketing, or the what you say, the oxymorons of like
school gates having like bright coloring alphabets.
Like, who are you marketing to? You're not marketing to the children.
You don't
I'm
take
the parent who's the one who's going to pay.
You don't take your kids school marketing, you know, like the school shopping, and then they're like, I like that school. It has
Exactly.
bright colors.
So why
Take
would
me
I, as a
there.
parent, care that you have A, B, C, D? You paid someone to come and write A, B, C, D. Like, bitch, I know it. I have to read the invoices. I have to read the. I have to like read the
I literally
reports.
had to learn to
So I
read
know
just
the
to be able
ABC.
to read your
Like,
fucking
why are you putting that
invoice.
on your fence? Someone's
Why?
insulting to
the
me.
marketing should be more geared towards showing, like you were saying, kids with a bright
Kids with a bright future,
and all
not
that
finding
shit.
Nemo. Now, what happens when you find Nemo? You're more retarded. You found Nemo, you
Like,
lost
here
your
you are.
sanity.
Here you are, bitch. Now bring your kid to a school.
This is now traditional ThinkShack.
This is this is traditional vulgar shack.
This is a vulgar shack. Rape shack.
Rape shack.
The rape shack of old.
But anyway, that was just a quick thought because I realized we keep losing these like thoughts that we have that we think are profound. We keep forgetting them, so it's better to record them.
It's funny how sometimes when you see kids passing away, like they know what I'm on. Maybe it's because like it's the what you could say infantile, like just the fascination.
Actually,
with the world.
it's so funny you were saying this because like a huge part of my experience on LSD is that
childlike.
It's not just childlike, it's almost like a return to it because like I feel like a lot of the sensations I have I may have had at some point as a child. Like how vivid colors are,
movement,
you know, movement,
lights.
Exactly. Like this it's like a part of my mind remembers this from probably even from my infancy, you know,
Exactly.
like before you were conscious or whatever.
It's quite interesting. Like, and then funny enough, it makes you more mature despite the fact that the feelings are so juvenile and childish.
So then, you know, like maybe we feel like kids can tell because like maybe they can recognize the childlikeness in the way we experience the world.
They're like, oh, that's a friend of mine.
Yeah.
That's a friend.
It's a kindred spirit.
Kindred spirit.
Weird. You'd only say kindred spirit if you're on LSD, by the way.
Yeah,
Sounds like
it's
such a
refined.
sophisticated.
Yeah, kindred spirit. My good sir.
My good sir.
Even
You are
cigars
kindred
look
spirit.
like peasantry at this point. Like, I don't know. Like, you should see the way I'm holding my jacket right now. I never hold my jacket like this.
He's really got his
I
arm
feel like I'm a godfather.
like a fucking coat hanger.
It's not even a blazer. It's a sports jacket. Like,
This is sports jacket,
but that's LSD.
yeah, it's the refinement.
Holier than thou.
So in the spirit of recording, we just realized that LSD doesn't only make you feel holier than thou, it makes you feel higher than thou.
Like, you start
Like
looking
my
down
level
on
of high is more sophisticated than yours, peasant. I am higher than thou.
Your Highness. My Lord. My Lord of Highness. Now this is
Duke of Highbury. Anyway.
The high and mighty. So, well, part of the physical reactions.
Is that I feel.
Do you want to admit this to the listeners?
No, I mean totally.
I mean, they're gonna try this shit.
I mean, it's a bodily function. It's like that's the elitistness. Elitistness.
Are you sure it's not the preserve of peasants? The two.
I feel like taking a shit more often. That's what I'm trying to say on this. Like every hour or two.
Maybe
like,
that's
I really
the S
need...
in LSD.
It's also the weird honesty I have it because like normally you don't say.
We were playing pool and he was like, bro, I gotta take a shit. He dropped the pool stick, ran off. It's the urgency with which it hits.
Yeah.
Maybe that's what the S in LSD stands for. Shit.
Long
Like
shit
deficiency.
Long shit deficiency. I hope you're recording this.
Or loading shit.
Loading shit. Like it actually feels like the whole trip is just like you loading the most massive shit of your life. And that literally punctuates the
Let's
end.
come back to these gentlemen. Fine gentlemen. This is the talk of alcoholics.
Uncultured swine.
Cultured swine discussing their poo in public. How dare they? But anyways, that's part of the experiment.
Yeah,
the
it's,
experience.
you know, in case you're interested.
But it's quite interesting. Like 13 hours in, bro, it's still there.
For me, what's a bit scary is the fact that I don't feel sleepy at all.
Same here.
Like
This
we've
is
had
the kind of thing that will make
a
you
full
feel like,
night of no sleep, and it
and
does.
we're
I
still
can't
walking.
feel it.
We've walked for about 10 kilometers. Okay, probably that's a bit much, but
Maybe
8.
2-3 kilometers.
No, it's a lot more than 3.
Really?
Yeah, we've walked like 8 kilometers. We've been walking for the past 2 hours. We walked out at 6. And we're gonna do a gym session just to get the full spectrum.
Actually, yeah, at 10 a.m.
We're gonna get the full spectrum.
Actually, the gym on LSD. I will
You know what
try
I was
and
thinking though?
record.
We're like the rockstars of Kenyan podcasting. We do a lot of wild shit.
I really hope we blow up from this because like
we're putting our bodies on the line.
Yeah.
Well, not because you asked us.
Trying
We're
out
actually
some
enjoying this
crazy
shit.
stuff just for the sake of the experience and also
Anything for
just like
clout.
document.
But also it's just like living through
There's an amazing
experience.
thing I saw this. Like I was reading
Just a quick one. If ThinkShack ever evolves, like past exploring to the extreme, it could be like living out experiences.
living out
That
experiences.
could be our new tagline or something like that.
Yeah, but I was saying I read this some time back. Is that like one problem that you see because like there's this guy, I forgot his name. I'll go look for it, you know. But this guy really wanted to be popular, right? And he was like super fit at 21. So he decided that online he would eat as much as he could.
Oh, fuck,
like
yeah.
like you know, like McDonald's and all of that shit to get an engagement, and because he really wanted to blow up.
Yeah.
And he blew up.
He blew up not the way
but
he wanted,
not the
though.
way he wanted. You remember I posted that
yeah, I
shit?
think so.
It's like one of the things about social media and influencership is that you end up being a caricature of yourself.
But I just want to put this out there. We're actually doing this because this is our life. This is how we live, though.
Yeah, we're out here for the
crazy
experience.
We're fucking crazy dudes with crazy opinions.
Yeah.
So this is kind of just like letting you share, but then it's a pleasure to get to take you guys along with us.
Yeah, exactly. So I would just tell people like, you know, as much as you're having fun and all of that, like I hope whatever you do, say for the cameras or the shits and giggles.
Whoa, I thought that was a police car.
Yeah, it's
For some reason you get paranoid when you see a
Yeah.
police car when you're high. Even though they
Yeah.
can't detect a drug, they don't have the
it's because of
capacity.
burlap. You know, it looks
They
brown
don't
like
have the capacity to tell what I'm on. Mavuta bangi, you don't know what I'm on.
They have no idea.
It's beyond your pay grade. That's the elitism of LSD.
But that's the thing. Like
Not
I was
been
just,
trained.
just to finish my point. Like
Sorry.
make sure like whatever you're doing is like literally authentic. That you do this in a normal circumstances. Do not make a caricature of yourself
That's beautiful advice.
in pursuit of engagement
yeah, exactly.
or fame.
It's beautiful.
Because
advice.
it will happen. You will become a caricature of yourself. It happens everywhere. I mean, look at your favorite influencers. Some of the shit they do, I'm pretty sure at some point they'll look back and be like, "Oh my god, I can't believe I did that."
I did that just for
the
clout.
fame.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So anyways, thank you for joining us. We're still going. We'll
Yeah.
see what we.
We'll still.
This is
keep
gonna be a
giving
movie.
you
Hopefully,
a
if
record. Yeah, we'll try and
next
compile
conversation, we're gonna have a
these.
conversation with a guy who's came to us by serendipity, or well, we'll find out as time progresses. But
Yeah.
we're gonna have that conversation. See if we can release this as a movie.
Right.
It should be
yeah.
groundbreaking in, I guess, Kenyan podcasting or content
Pretty
creation.
interesting. Oh my
Pretty
god,
interesting.
yeah. I'm actually excited.
We're
to
on
see
the
how it
cusp of
goes.
something great.
We are.
All right.
Hi. So, I mean,
the end of the adventure.
we still both feel it.
Yeah, still
but
feel it.
like it feels like it's on the wrap.
I'm about to take a
now.
bike ride for a long distance.
Yeah,
So I'm
we
gonna see how
actually
that
went to
goes.
the gym, guys. We haven't had a wink of sleep, but we went to the gym and
And I'm
had an
still
awesome
up.
session.
I'm gonna go get some. Have some shrooms with my friend. Okay, I'm not gonna have them. I'm gonna be the babysitter.
Guide him through the
Yeah.
shrooms. Yeah,
It's still going, guys,
I
but
mean-
it's been a good experience.
I mean, would recommend 100%.
100%,
As
10 out of
long
10.
as you do it, you have someone with you. You know, whether you're taking it together or someone who's been there before and
then
therefore
just
can
go for
guide
it.
you through it. Do not do it alone. I feel like it would be way worse if you do it alone for the first time.
But it's been a good one, and
Yeah, it's
I will
been
still
great.
document if there's any more to it.